far. All right, Georgia Tech and Wake Forest. We've got Georgia Tech 14.5-point road favorites, 53 being the total here in this one. I think when you look at this particular matchup here, we like Georgia Tech a lot. We don't always like them when they're laying bigger points at Georgia Tech, and lo and behold, we saw it on display against Temple. Now, very late backdoor touchdown right at the end for Temple to get the points.
Oh, yeah.
But still, that shows you why it's a risk at times to lay a number like this, especially with Georgia Tech when they're going to be so run heavy. They're not going to go at a blazing fast pace on offense, and it can leave the door wide open. And it certainly was for the Temple Owls, and to get that late touchdown to get inside the number. Kind of a similar thing here. Here they are now laying 14.5 against a Wake Forest team that, has not been good. They haven't. They lost or they barely beat Kennesaw State as an 18-point favorite. They play Western Carolina. Doesn't say much about how good they are. And then NC State, 34-24, even after a really strong start for Robbie Ashford and the Demon Deacons. And yet they couldn't get stops in the second half. NC State gets their offense going. Wake Forest can't, trade points for 4 quarters. 2 interceptions again from Ashford, even though he played a little bit better efficiency in the passing game. Still 2 critical, terrible interceptions that really hurt their chances against NC State in that game that lost 34-24. We'll see if Wake can bounce back here in this game. Now, it is for Wake Forest a bye for them. They have not played since that Thursday night game against NC State 2 weeks ago. So this is a lot of prep time that Wake Forest has for Georgia Tech for this game. The question you have to ask yourself is the first thing you got to look at when you handicap this game. How is the run defense going to hold up for Wake Forest in this game? When you look at their numbers so far this year against the run, they're middle of the pack, 132.3 rushing yards per game allowed, 3.3 yards per. The yards per carry numbers aren't that bad for the Wake defense. 43rd, 3.3 rushing yards per game. So, like I said, the run defensive numbers aren't that bad. Robbie Ashford is an erratic passer. He was better with his, completion percentage against NC State.
Yeah. He looked like dog shit in the second half. Back to the norm.
They made the adjustments, and then, he ended up getting shut down. Georgia Tech played at Wake 2 years ago, beat them 30-16 in that game. This is one where, with the total, I kind of lean under because Wake's not playing nearly as fast as they did under Dave Clawson. They're not playing at that breakneck speed and tempo that they did under Dave Clawson so far for Jake Dickert. They are slowing it down a bit. Georgia Tech's going to be methodical. So this could be an under type of game. It's a really good spot for Wake. Lots of time off the bye, off the NC State loss. I don't generally love Georgia Tech at this number, so I'm not going to take Georgia Tech. I just don't know if I trust Wake enough.
I know. I was looking at this.
C-Mac, how about you?
I know. I was having this because I think Georgia Tech wins this game. Just do the cover here. I can see them winning by 17. I can see winning by 7, 10. It just seems like it's a game to get in and get out. They're going to be able to run the ball. I don't have enough confidence in Wake. I don't know if their defense and then their offense, I just don't trust Ashford.
Wake first half, maybe.
Even with the bye.
If you bet Wake first half, you were a winner.
They were good in that game, yeah. I mean, maybe that continues. I don't know. Maybe it becomes a pattern. I mean, it was just the NC State game. It was I don't the whole different team. I was like, is this the same football teams? That happens in college football. Fuck, it happens in the NFL too. But you're like, is these the same teams playing here? We saw some of that yesterday in the NFL. It's wild shit. But yeah, this is just too tricky. Georgia Tech as a favorite. No. Give me them away to their dog, or maybe a small favorite. So as of now, I'm off. This could be dangerous game here.